From Milwaukee, it's Movie Chatter.
Love that opening.
What do you do in April? You talk about scary movies and screaming.
It's never a bad time of year for
That's
that.
what we're going to talk about
Yeah, we
today.
haven't done that in a while. Talk about just the one element of the horror movie.
What's the best scream?
What makes a good scream?
What makes a good scream? I like that. I like good questions.
The question I have for you is, what has to initiate the scream to make it...
Yeah, I think the buildup is equally as important as the
Sure.
scream.
Is somebody scared of something?
Mm-hmm.
Are they actually like, Quint in Jaws, screaming as you're being eaten alive? And, do they sound believable?
Yeah, because I can really take you out of the moment if it's not, to be fair.
Right. First movie Scream, you were talking about it, Bill, earlier. The Wilhelm scream from a 1951 Gary Cooper movie called Distant Drum.
It's amazing. They have taken this scream and they merge it into generic screams.
Oh, really?
That
Okay.
when they need a scream in a movie,
Yeah.
this one is used
It's the
over
textbook
and over.
scream.
Sure.
There
That's
it is.
With that high, that high
We've all
sound.
heard it. Yeah, interesting. That's
But I mean,
really cool.
that sounds fake to me. I have a...
Well,
Sounds
because-
old-fashioned.
Old.
Right,
Yeah.
because we know it so well, probably because we've heard it, merged.
Here's a short clip of some just general screams that I don't find very believable. Psycho. Okay. I mean, just general. They sound like they're pretty generic, but I have a couple in mind, like my top two screams of all time that are like one. They're both classics to me.
Okay.
So we'll talk about screaming first.
I'd like to know which of your favorites had any enhancements done in the studio. To Bill's point, like sometimes it's not just their voice.
Sure. They're
You
always
spruce it up a bit.
And
Yeah.
in the back room. if
yeah.
you
The
know what I
audio
mean.
guys are always mixing stuff together, right?
And what are they thinking about? Also,
Oh, right, like where did the actor tap
scream.
into?
Is it blood curdling? You know what I mean? Or scooch up more.
In towards the.
Okay, there we
We
go.
need
I want
you
to
in
get
the
Dave.
shot,
I want
Dave.
Dave on camera.
I can see my face.
I think it's all the setup.
If you'd
too.
like to see me on YouTube,
Yeah, like I was saying, like it's the build up to the scream is equally as important.
Right.
You have to have
the
some
scream can be
silence
the
before.
exclamation point.
Right.
Now-
I would think so. Right. I mean, any scream out of context is just loud noise.
right.
I mean, it's all
I know.
about.
My kids scream all the time. It's not
There you-
fun. It's
right.
I don't get
Well,
scared.
there's the door opens up and the girl looks and
Right.
we don't see what she's looking at. We just hear the scream.
You see the terror in her eyes moments
Right.
before.
Right, and that's and but then you're also saying like
Usually
the guy in Jaws getting eaten. That's a different kind of scream.
That's a justifiable scream.
That's an agony scream.
But
opposed
just
to
a girl opening a door and screaming to me,
doesn't really
because
do it
being a
anymore.
horror fan, it
Yeah.
almost takes me out of the movie. That
It's forced. It's a little pushed.
yeah, like
So
are,
two,
are
it's
you
two
really?
like two like 90s, scream kind of deal.
And
where-
then, can you take it too far? Can the scream be so good that it like throws some emotional stuff in there with
I
it?
want to
Yeah.
see her face. I
Yeah.
don't want to just hear the scream.
Right.
I want to see her
So, I
scream.
mean, the terror
and
in
it
her
might even
eyes.
be in the beginning where she can't even talk. It's
Yeah, where you can't scream is almost even
she
more
can't even
scary.
get her breath, and then she finally screams.
yeah,
You know,
I like
like
that.
what the fuck? Holy fuck! Ah! And then she screams.
Okay. Or yeah. Okay. So is it you're being attacked? scream,
Well, that's-
or you come upon something that makes you scream.
Well, you ever watch Candid Camera?
Like you
Where they surprise somebody, person pops out of a box.
Yeah,
you know,
that's
you're
like
opening up a
guttural.
box,
You're just
Right,
and then a
that's just
guy's head
reactive.
pops out.
Surprise.
You get that kind of a scream.
Okay. What's your earliest memories of screams in movies? Do you have any?
It would be like Halloween. You know,
Yeah,
it would
okay.
be from just classic.
yeah, like Exorcist.
Okay.
There you go.
I'm trying to think. The
I'm
first
just thinking
ones.
classic slasher movies for me is
Oh,
where
okay.
I'm thinking screams. That's what I feel. I hear screams. I think about how they used to cast people based on their scream. That'd be a big part of the audition. Well, let's hear you
Absolutely.
scream.
Oh, right. The little
You
girl
know.
from Jurassic Park. She was literally. I don't have that scream loaded
okay.
up.
The one that
but-
when she's in the truck.
Right. And they have to put her hand over her mouth and
That's a
everything.
great scream.
She's
Yeah.
a great
And
screamer.
equally as like I don't know, well executed as the scream is her face.
Her
To
quivering.
your point, right? Like her
yeah.
the pre moments to the scream, and then like the sheer terror on her face.
She's going like that. She's
Right.
panting.
That's a great example.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Otherwise, like if my earliest screams, I guess would be, the early slasher movies.
Oh, okay.
The one where they're all at a camp and then somehow
Sure.
one by one they get, knifed.
How about Fay Ray screaming
Ooh, there's a classic.
as King Kong is grabbing
That
her?
is very classic.
Now, my earliest
great-
memory of a scream that's in my tattooed in my head, I do have that downloaded.
Let's hear it.
Which would be Jessica Lange screaming.
Oh, yeah.
King Kong.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
But it still sounds. Does that sound real? That sounds kind of studio, but maybe it's one of my
real.
popular movies.
It's a loud scream. I mean, I don't think I could scream that well. It's almost like you have to be able to hit that scream note.
I feel like it's one of those things that plenty of people would be like, "What's the big deal? It's a scream." But then if you actually tried to do it and recorded yourself, you'd realize that
Yeah.
that is a specific skill. My
Yeah,
friends.
it sounds weird. Like if I don't scream too often.
You
but-
know, it's usually
You know,
in
it's like-
movies. It's usually
but-
the guy, the girl that's screaming. The guy would go, "Jesus Christ!" Something like that.
Expletives.
Right. And
if you dropped your phone in an outhouse
Classic.
toilet. I mean, I think I would scream,
yeah,
but I wonder how it would sound.
I would just go, "Fuck!"
Yeah.
Fuck.
yeah, right.
To your point though of Jaws, like, is there something even more powerful about a man screaming?
Yeah, I don't know. I think
Well,
a girl. Now, as we're on Jaws, I'll give you my number 2.
There's a few screams
All
in
right,
Jaws.
number 2.
My number 2 Jaws scream.
Oh my
There you
God,
go.
I forgot about that one.
Yeah,
that was
well-
one of the best screams of all time.
Is that the first?
That's the first attack.
The first
When
attack.
she's being
Okay.
beaten against the buoy.
Yeah.
you know.
Okay. Right. So that was like a long agony sort of scream.
That would scared you
I
when you
vote
were a
for
little
the
kid.
be- that's
Oh,
the best
absolutely.
scream ever.
Yeah,
Oh,
that,
really?
that is
Okay.
a really good one.
Okay.
That's a very good one.
Okay.
Believable.
My number 1 scream actually is so good that it leaves me with like I don't know if I'm sad afterward or you know what I mean, like the scream is
Sure.
so
It
like you
gets
feel
you.
the scream
Gets you every time.
it is so much. I'm not ready to play it yet. We're
Okay.
gonna try some of this we're gonna see if we scream when we
Mixing
try
a
some of this
taste tester
whiskey.
here.
Jalapeno.
Don
what is
brought
it
us-
called?
We'll have a little
Yeah. That's what is it, Dave?
Old Smoky Tennessee whiskey, mango habanero flavored.
Oh,
We are-
geez, Louise,
I'm-
dude, you are
Yeah,
pouring
that's
it
a heavy
Well,
pour.
I think this is almost like
Okay.
liqueur. All right.
I don't know. Is it? I mean,
I don't know.
here's some
Nice.
ice.
70
Yep.
proof.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
heavy.
That's actual liquor. Okay.
Okay.
It's actually pretty good.
Oh, okay. Well, I figured we would
Do you want some ice, Bill?
have a toast.
If you're
Okay,
talking
yeah.
about sipping whiskey, you don't want to take a big gulp of this.
Wow.
You want to
Hey,
sip it.
That is
Okay.
pretty good.
Do you,
Cheers.
Here we
Cheers.
go. Cheers to screaming.
Ooh, you might scream after you drink this.
Ooh, that's good. Wow, that has some.
It's got a little kick to it. Oh,
Pow!
you just screamed.
If I wasn't a vegan, I might marinate some chicken in that.
Oh, that would be actually delicious.
And I don't like tofu, so I guess
I mean,
I'll just
that sounds
marinate
like a
some
good
cauliflower.
cheat day. There you go.
There
It
you
would
go.
still be
Throw
delicious.
a
There
couple
you
more
go.
ice cubes in there for me, would you?
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Let you do that.
Bam.
That just,
But
that's got a
yeah,
little-
screaming in movies, you got.
There's not only scary screams. Like, or at least not only horror. So one that I'll just throw out there is like super classic in my mind. You can say Home Alone for Kevin screaming, but I don't even think of Home Alone that way.
Right.
The mom, Catherine O'Hara, when she realizes that he's gone and she's like,
Oh.
Yeah, that.
There you go.
that's
a
a
good one.
classic scream.
That is an excellent good call.
Yeah. Dang it.
Yeah, I think of when I scream now, and
I'm sure there's
I'm
funny
very
screams
jumpy,
that I'm
so
not.
Right.
I'm the screaming out of shock kind of guy.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
'cause I
yeah.
jump
All
a
right.
lot.
I just want to believe it. When I see a scary movie and the actors are just like campy scared, I don't like it. I want them to fall back, trip on their legs, fall on the floor, and then keep pushing their hands away because they're just so scared of what they just saw.
Yeah.
Okay.
I,
All right.
I
yeah.
want to really see it on their body that they're in shock. They jerk back, and
They
you
can't
don't even have
help
to
it.
have a scream. And again, it's typically then after all that, they just blow the woman would blow a scream.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I thought we were
Blow
going
a scream.
sexual here. All right. But you know, Bill, in space, no one can hear you scream.
Yeah.
Good point.
Is there
I
good
love
is
that
there
line.
good screams in Alien? Because I don't remember.
The first Alien didn't have any.
It was so much more.
It was all
subdued.
real, practical. Monsters,
Right.
aliens.
Right.
And so they actually depended a lot on screaming. People just, looking at something, and they don't even show it half the time.
Yeah, you don't see much alien
No,
actually in the
it
first
is
one.
the screams that make it real because it's your imagination then paints the picture better than the actual alien because they were actually just using, in what was it, the 70s or the 80s that came out?
Yeah, like
So
78.
they didn't have the CG they do nowadays at all.
right.
Yeah. I mean, I love horror movies, and you would think my number one scream is going to be from a horror movie, but it's not. It's actually from a.
Really?
I call it like nearly like an action comedy / thriller action movie.
Wow.
Oh, I'm intrigued.
And it's one of Kelly's favorite. And I
right.
just happened to rewatch this movie
Oh,
this
I'm gonna be
weekend.
like, yes.
And but don't let's just listen to this clip for number
Okay.
one, and we'll see if you agree or you go, no, that wasn't the best scream. So, do I have any other clips to play before that? No. Here you go. The number one scream. There you go.
Uma.
Uma Thurman killed Bill when she realized she didn't have a baby. Her baby was missing.
Oh, is that what I was just hearing?
Yeah, that's,
See, and that's
Now that I- now I can-
guttural.
now I
that
can remember
you
it.
believe it.
yeah. That's why every time I hear that, I'm like, wow, I makes you feel something, right?
Right?
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Like, oh, I'm sad.
The horror.
So
It would make you want to go like samurai sword hundreds of people.
oh God, yeah, and she does get back, at Buck. So actually, I'm a little confused when I got that clip.
That's her in the hospital, waking up. Yeah.
Right, but they change it. First, she wakes up and then kills Buck
Right.
in the door, but then she is also
That was
with
just instinct.
no. Then she's in a different scene. That scene is for when she is with who's the girl with Hannah?
Oh,
Daryl
the
Hannah?
other nurse, yeah.
Right, and she's about to kill her.
Or I mean, she's dressed up as a nurse to
Right.
come in and assassinate her again. Yeah.
and she wakes up after that.
Mm-hmm.
So
Because that's when when nobody's trying to kill her is when she has a moment to realize what's happening.
You want me to blow through some and you can just react to these?
I was thinking
is-
Jamie Lee Curtis.
This is
Yeah,
Vanity
that's classic.
Fair's
Halloween.
list of
the first
uh,
one, 1978.
How about
I was-
Shelley Duvall?
I was
in
going to
Shining?
say The Shining
Right
is a
after
good
he
one.
peeks through the
Thought of
bathroom
her.
door and says,
Right.
"Here's Johnny."
and she's
she's-
just doesn't want to get out of that corner.
She's just screaming against the corner.
That
there.
is the greatest scream because her face is so
There's
good.
Fay Ray, of course,
Fay Ray with the
great one. There's
Yeah.
just a lot of
1933 Kong classic. I mean, for sure.
Donald Sutherland. I have that. Just bought that movie.
Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
Oh God, that was horrible at the end when he just screamed, and you knew her last buddy that was still not taken over.
Yeah.
He is now
Now he's
part of the
invaded
invasion.
by the snatchers of the body. There you go, Nightmare on Elm Street. It's just a classic slasher.
Right. Those
there.
are the
Those
slashers.
early ones.
In
They
the
had some
bathtub.
great screams.
Janet Leigh.
Janet Leigh in Psycho.
Yeah.
Right. We played that
Obviously.
earlier.
Again, very good. Looks cool. Drew
Drew
Barrymore.
Barrymore. That's how I mean.
1996
literally the
Scream
name of the
movie. Classic. Oh, there you go.
Ooh, that's
There's
a
an
good one.
another
Oh,
agony
Misery?
God.
Oh
How
boy,
about-
look at that.
We're watching it, and
Look
it's
at that foot going
I know,
over.
God.
James Caan
That's awful.
in Misery as he's being
Hobbled.
Oh my gosh!
By a giant
Oh,
hammer
whoa.
on his
Gosh.
foot.
The foot like almost falls off.
Yeah, that is
awful.
good. Yeah,
Oh my God.
They must have Jaws at number one.
Oh,
there.
there we go.
there you go. Jaws. That's the one you were just playing.
Yeah, of course, right.
It's so good.
Yep. There it is.
There you go.
All right.
That's a show.
Boom.
Screams.
So you got some of the best ones that other people had.
Yeah, I just felt like talking a little bit about horror, turning it into a show.
I like it. What you need to know about Screams. So now you can go back, and if you want to see some good Screams, pick one of those movies
Or
and
email us.
watch it.
Tell us what we missed.
Yeah,
There
what-
you go.
What did I miss? I'm sure I missed a lot.
What's your favorite Scream?
I'm sure
Check it
someone
out.
else's favorite Scream isn't going to be, I like the realistic stuff, so you've heard so many. That Kill Bill Scream
That's a good
still
one.
gets me every time, and I've seen that movie.
Very good point.
Quite a few
Dave.
It's got to be a
times.
movie that you like, obviously. I mean,
Right,
I
right.
mean, most likely you would remember.
Doesn't get you if you don't like the film.
I don't think so.
Michael Scott screaming, I'm sure.
Good deal.
There you go. That's a show, Don.
That's a show.
Oh God, I just thought of another one from Poltergeist, the original one, and she screams, "Don't take my baby!" There was so many good screams. At the end of the movie, she falls into. They have a swimming pool that they're digging in the back, and it's full of water, and she slips into it, and all these skeletons pop up,
Oh,
and
yeah.
she gives out a gurgly scream. It was
Gurgly.
Everybody
it
look
was
at the
great.
camera and scream. Ready? For Don.
Oh,
1,
2, 3.
Love it.
There
excellent.
we go. All right.
Okay. Until
goodbye.
next time. Goodbye.
See you, boys.
adios, amigo.
Later.